Hello and welcome back. So in this short video, I'm going to talk about why we have chosen to abandon lectures this year in COSC 121. So rather than using 50-minute traditional lectures that you'll encounter in other courses, in COSC 121 we're going to be using short videos of about 10 to 15 minutes length covering individual topics within computer programming. Richard and I decided to do this with the support of the computer science department, and we did do some experiments that I'll tell you about shortly to check that it's going to work before running with this procedure. So Richard's been teaching programming for about 30 years and I've been teaching it for, well, over 20. And through that time we've come to learn that lectures are not a great use of your time or ours for disciplines that are practice-oriented, and programming is absolutely a practice-oriented discipline. You learn to program by doing, not by listening to somebody like me talk on a stage for 50 minutes. Even when we make the lectures highly interactive and we include demonstrations of live programming, it's still much better for you to spend time doing it yourself with a programming environment than it is for you to spend your time listening to us do the programming instead. Also, in courses like COSC 121, people learn at very different paces. So some people will have prior programming experience, and for others, the pieces will simply fall into place very quickly. For others, it's going to be a much more challenging intellectual exercise, and they're going to need to repeatedly try certain aspects of programming as they come across them. So those different paces, well, that doesn't fit with lectures where one size pace fits all. Also, when students need to dip in and review, traditional lectures, even recordings of traditional lectures, are a very poor mechanism to allow people to access the small unit of information on a particular topic that they're struggling with. Whereas we're hoping the videos that we're going to present will be much better for that purpose of dip in and review. Finally, I don't know if it's a factor of the internet age, but it does seem that attention spans are short and becoming shorter, and maintaining people's interest for 50 minutes is really hard, and we're hoping that short videos will do a better job of that. So, we're hoping to produce short, attention-sized videos on individual topics in programming. So some of the videos you may need to watch only once. Others you may want to come back to again and again and again in order to properly understand the material. We're intending that these videos be used in an interactive manner, which means you watch a bit, then pause the video, then try it out with a programming environment in front of you, and experiment, try variants of what we've shown you in the videos, and then rewind and retry and experiment a bit more. And then once you've got the concept, press play again and move on to the next little piece. So when you get stuck, or if you forget something later on in the course, we want these videos to be easy for you to re-access. We're not doing this blind. We're not just boldly heading off into 121 without any information on whether this is likely to succeed or not. We did do a pilot test last year in COSC 121 Semester 2. So we produced videos like these for the students, and we asked them what they thought of them and whether they were successful in supporting their learning or not. Essentially, the comments we got were rave reviews in favor of the videos. They thought this was very much more effective in supporting their learning than traditional lectures, and they encouraged us to go ahead and make this change for 121 2018. Of course, we're worried that some of you will regret the absence of a live, warm body at the front of a room, so we are providing these drop-in classes for that reason. But the drop-in classes, there's no new material will be prepared in those. They're just there if and when you get stuck, and if you have questions to ask. I will be there in the first term, and Richard will be there to answer your questions in the second term. So these are held Thursdays 2 to 3 in C1 and Fridays 2 to 3 in the Warehouse Lecture Theatre, but only for the first few weeks of the course. So come to those sessions if you feel that you need to ask us particular questions or get more information on a topic. Our fear with using these videos is that students will procrastinate. You'll think, well, I can watch the video next week, or the week after, or the week after, and that you'll never quite get round to serving your intention to watch the videos. So please don't procrastinate. If you do procrastinate and put off watching the videos, it is very likely that you will fail the course. Do not assume that you know it all, even if you have previous programming experience. Do watch the videos anyway. You may surprise yourself. There may be something in there that you wouldn't have understood if you hadn't watched the video. Okay, so you're likely to learn something from the videos even if you have prior experience and even if you think you know the topic that's going to be discussed. It's a low time cost because the videos are intended to be short, roughly 10 minutes. So skipping the videos is very likely to lead to failure. Please don't put it off. Watch them. Hopefully, it'll be worthwhile. Thanks a lot.